What? Okay, alright, okay, so breaking news, the Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is supposedly being taken out of the MCU because Sony and Disney couldn't come up with a deal. But, okay, can we all just pause for a second? Okay, so supposedly, okay, here we are, right? Disney is just asking for more ownership over the character. I guess that's where kind of the back and forth went with them and Sony. But I think I speak for all of us when we say, you know what, just give them to Disney. Or something like that. I don't know. You know, I'm not like fully, I'm not a professional in that kind of business. But it's one of those things where it's like, isn't it as easy as, hey Sony, just give them the full rights to Spider-Man? Because, hear me out, Sony has Into the Spider-Verse, which is a franchise I'm sure they're willing to make sequels for, and Venom. Picture a conference room with some Disney executives and some Sony executives. And Sony's sitting there like, okay, sure, let's talk this out. And Disney's like, actually, we're doing pretty well. Can we get some more ownership over the character? And Sony's like, why? So then picture, I don't know. In my opinion, this is Sony being a little bit greedy. Where do we go from here, right? Where do we go from here? I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense right now. Where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so let's say okay, well, we can't just say it, it's happened. Spider-Man is out the MCU. This is a thing right now happening. Okay, Spider-Man's out the MCU, so where do we go from here? There's two solid options. You continue that storyline in the MCU. Well, no, I'm sorry. You don't continue it in the MCU, but you kind of continue Tom Holland's storyline in that Spider-Man universe. But how do you do that? Iron Man was such a big part of his storyline, and also just the Avengers in general, and Far From Home, you can't even reboot it, if anything, too. Because in Far From Home, you leave us with such a big cliffhanger, and you bring back J. Jonah Jameson. How are you gonna leave us with that? Sony can't do this. Sony can't continue Tom Holland's storyline, and they also can't reboot it, because we're all just gonna be mad about that. So I feel like we've hit a wall. Sony's hit a wall, not us, because we all would have been smart, right? And just hopped over the wall and said, hey Disney, do your thing with Spider-Man. We got Venom and the Spider-Verse. Do your thing with our Spider-Man. We'll go our separate ways, or something like that. I don't know. I'm just angry. That's why I'm making this video. I don't even do videos like this. All I'm saying is, oh god, that's crazy. I'm fuming right now, dude. Fuming! Sony can't continue the storyline, and they also can't reboot it. Can they reboot it? Yes. Yes, they can reboot it. But would it make sense to reboot it? You've done it 2 times already. Once, we didn't even like when you did it, and the second time you had Disney do it, and he was in the MCU, and we all loved it. If you continue the storyline, it just wouldn't make sense. You can't continue Tom Holland's Spider-Man storyline without it being in the MCU. So now you've hit a wall. There's absolutely no way you can do this. I don't even know, but granted, maybe we're all just having some knee-jerk reaction right now. Who knows? Because for Phase 4, there was not even a Spider-Man movie on the release date. So for all we know, they could come up with something for Phase 5. Maybe Disney and Sony can actually kiss and make up. But as of right now, there's a wall. We've hit a wall, everybody. Sony's hit a wall. I keep saying us. Sony's hit a wall. They're stupid. You can't reboot, and you can't continue the storyline in the MCU. What do? Just don't make a Spider-Man movie, Sony. At this point, I don't even want to watch your Venom or Spider-Verse movies, even though I probably will. But I don't want to. You've made me so upset. You made us so upset. That is how crazy this is right now. That's absolutely insane. Taking Spider-Man out of the MCU. And Marvel had plans. Did you see the way they ended Far From Home? J. Jonah Jameson. That spaceship with Nick Fury. Spider-Man was gonna be in the 5th Avengers movie, whatever the heck it was gonna be. New Avengers, Young Avengers, either or. Man, what now? New York City knew, everyone knew Peter Parker's identity at the end of Spider-Man. That was wild. That shit was crazy. And I was immediately ready. It's crazy. I don't know if I speak for everyone here. After Far From Home, I was immediately ready for Spider-Man 3. Let's get Spider-Man 3 going. Spider-Man, bring it back home. I don't care what it is. Sony, this was a stupid move. Disney, I don't know what y'all said to make Sony upset, but get it together. Because now, at this point, there shouldn't even be a live-action Spider-Man movie if he's not going to be in the MCU. The only way, it shouldn't happen. And if you were gonna make a Spider-Man movie that wasn't MCU, you should have wrapped up the MCU storyline first. Wrap up the MCU storyline, and then you can do your reboots and recastings later on, make a new version of Spider-Man, blah blah blah. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that we are not getting a MCU Spider-Man moving forward. That being said, I'm done. I'm gonna cut right here because that's just crazy. That's it. All right, Ethan out. You know, maybe Sony's just mad about Ghostbusters 2016 still. That heaping pile of garbage. And also, maybe they're mad about Men in Black International. Yeah, making a Men in Black movie without Will Smith? God. Whoa.